Hey everybody, just getting back today from a really fun tour with my sister, eating chocolate and walking around downtown Seattle, and it was well worth it. But thinking on the joys of life, and that is definitely one of them. And been thinking also lately on um, what about training is joyful, and I'm at this point in um, my training where I'm just giving myself some, slack in the sense of um, figuring out what my next move is. And one thing my trainer had kept saying over and over was, "What is your why? Like, figure out what your why is." And so I've done that repeatedly along the way. Recheck in with yourself and basically um, uh, ask yourself the questions instead of just grinding through, training and nutrition. Um, think about what it is you're trying to accomplish. And one thing that's come out to me is just there's a ton of reason to attain a level of fitness um, that's beyond just appearance, or just beyond just, I want to compete, or I want to lift heavier, or more focused goals. Like there's just a joy in movement, and the body's a gift. And I think when I can remember that, and when I go in even to train, it's kind of a basis for motivation, really, and a longer term view of your life. And one of the things that I would love to know um, about you guys is what's your thing. I was talking to my sister today about her things, horseback riding, and you need a level of fitness to continue to do that activity throughout your life, was the takeaway. And so I would wager that's true of many, many things that are worth doing, that are enjoyable, and the joy is what drives the motivation and makes it meaningful even when it's difficult. And so the disciplines that are so difficult, the training and the constant reassessing of nutritional protocol, which I've done constantly and incessantly. One, you need to take a break from it from time to time, which I feel like I'm in that kind of a reassessing. I'm still doing what I know to do, and there's always more to learn. But why? Like, why do we do it? And if you don't go deep enough or long term enough in and sort of the vision of why you're doing it, I think you end up quitting. And I don't feel like quitting, which is kind of blowing my mind, because for the longest time it was always about, you don't measure up, and so you need to punish yourself by, doing these crazy things with either training or eating. And I feel like I've really come across, stumbled into kind of a joy of movement, and realizing that the body is a gift, and health is our greatest wealth that we'll ever create in this life, and that you're not too old to start something new. So I'd love to hear what your thing is. What do you love? Is there a sport? Is it like I'm a runner? I'm a whatever. Like, what is your thing? And is there something that you'd like to take up at some point? Like, I've always loved to, try blank. And, for me that would be like, I'd love to take up tennis again. I did it briefly in junior high and thought it was really fun. And I feel like I have the confidence through my training to say I could take up tennis, and that's worth a lot. So I'd love to know what your thing is.